It's time.
I'm so
Mariah
happy.
Carey.
I know. It's
Oh my god, that was
Wait,
good.
That was a whistle.
no, that was actually
That was crazy.
Mom, what do you think?
Whistle tones? Okay.
That was whistle. We're close.
Wait,
That was whistle.
The highest that wasn't whistle. The highest notes that aren't whistle yet.
wait, that was crazy. Okay.
Okay, let's go.
Are we ready? All right. Okay. Hi, I'm Noelle.
And I'm Marissa, but Noelle calls me Pete.
And I'm Jaylan.
And
I'm Polly, Noelle's mother.
And welcome back to
Take
It Home.
Yay! We have a
So-
full house.
Yes.
Bye.
she was not on the podcast for very long, but
She's popping in to say hey.
my mom's visiting, so she wanted to say hello. But our real guest today is Jaylan.
Aw,
Jaylan
stop
Evans.
it. We love Dr. Polly.
We
Shout
do
out
love Dr. Polly, aka my mom. But yeah, Jaylan's our guest on the episode today. We both went to Elon with Jaylan. I went to high school with Jaylan. We've been
Yes.
very, very close friends since like, I would say 9th grade, but more like 10th.
Yeah.
I feel like we became
Totally.
close sophomore year of high school.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That's when we became like besties. And then we went
Yes.
to college together.
I know.
And now here we are.
It's been. Wait, oh my God! Our 10-year reunion is this year. We graduated
From
high school,
Weaver,
and then 4 years before that. So it's been 14 years this fall.
Wow.
That's crazy.
That's
That is
wild.
crazy.
I was thinking about how we started college 10 years ago. I mean, graduated high
Yeah.
school, started college.
Stop.
Like a decade? What do you mean?
Oh my
That's-
gosh!
That's weird.
But also, the feeling is so split because it's so like nostalgic, which kind of is somber, at least in my perspective.
Yeah.
But also that year, I mean, 2016 is like viral right now. It was like
Yeah.
bliss. I don't
Yeah.
know about you guys, but when I think about graduating high school, we were 18, the summer going into fall year,
Yeah.
the music, chain smokers, closer,
my God.
like, fall freshman year.
Oh my
that was
God.
like
Freshman year, oh my God.
euphoria.
How was that 10 years ago?
I don't know. That's weird.
Like, it's one of those things where it feels like a lifetime ago, but it also is like, how was that 10 years ago?
I know. But I
just
feel, do you
time
guys
is
feel
weird.
like so different now than you were freshman
mean,
year of college? I mean, like,
yeah.
obviously.
Yeah.
I was a cute little baby. You were
I know. I look back at pictures and I'm like, I thought I was so much older, like 18. but like I had
It's
such
not.
a baby face
Yeah.
and I'm like, you were a little baby.
No, it's
Literally.
actually crazy. Like looking back at photos, like that's a huge indicator. 'Cause
Yeah.
even like of myself, but then also like you guys and like seeing our friends and
Yeah.
being like, oh my god, we looked like that.
I know.
We looked
Our
little.
class photos at Elon, like freshman year, just
Yeah.
little like fetuses.
It's
Oh.
so weird.
crazy.
But it never feels like that doing it.
No, it never
No,
does.
I remember feeling so old.
Which makes me believe we're gonna feel the same way about where
About
we
right
are
now.
now.
We definitely are going to. We're going to be like, wow, we really thought we were old
I
when
know.
we were 28.
And we're gonna be looking back on this right now.
Oh my gosh, all
Literally.
three of us are 28
Wait,
now.
also cheers.
Wait,
'cause
okay.
They made me this dark rum punch, ginger beer. I'm like, I want my sip.
We want to sip. Let's introduce the sip.
This is
Okay.
our sip of the week. It's a
Oh,
dark
sorry.
and
Did I
stormy-
jump
No,
ahead? I'm like
No.
jumping ahead of their segments.
But honestly, I love it. It's like, it's
No, that was
perfect.
perfect.
I mean, we were about to get there anyways. We
Yeah.
needed a segue.
Oh,
But
sorry.
every week we have a sip of the week. This week we're doing dark and stormies. Jaylan said that he likes dark liquor, but you meant more like whiskey and bourbon, I feel like.
Yes, I'm in my dark era, guys.
okay.
The only white that I like right now is tequila.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm scarred from vodka. I was telling Noelle we smuggled so much of that shit in high school.
We did.
And I'm like, all I drink was vodka. And so I'm
Yep.
like, I'm not really in my vodka era. I hate gin.
I love gin.
I love
I
gin
know,
too.
you guys do. A lot
Yeah.
of people do. But the spices, it's like earthy.
I get it.
It's botanical. It's
Yeah.
botanical.
But I love it.
Yeah.
But you like rum.
Yes.
Even though you haven't tried, I don't know if I've ever had dark rum either, honestly.
No, I was like, do you like dark rum? I was like, girl, I thought rum was white.
Dark
You
rum
mean
is
to tell
different
me
kinds.
rum is black or brown? Like,
Well, we're gonna try it today. It is dark and stormy outside today, so I thought
Sure
dark
is.
and stormies would be perfect. I actually was gonna make a painkiller, which is another dark rum drink, but it has coconut in it, and Jaylan is allergic. So I thought this would be perfect. I mean, but it's fine. Like, this was gonna be, I hope it's good, actually.
I'm sure
I don't want
it
to
will
speak
be.
too soon.
Yeah,
Okay,
can't go
I
wrong.
love
cheers.
ginger beer.
Cheers.
Cheers! They're so cute. I have a little fishy.
Oh. Ooh.
Taste the rum.
It might need to be stirred a little, too.
It's good. Honestly,
rum.
anytime I drink ginger beer, it takes me like to the Caribbean, I swear.
Yeah,
Like
and rum,
Jamaica.
too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Rum punch, which I had jerk chicken tonight for dinner.
Wait, really?
So
Oh my
how
God.
fitting is this?
Yum.
Oh my god, we're on theme.
Yes, you are.
Yay, I'm glad sip of the week is good.
Yay.
Yes.
Do you like the little fishies in there too?
I do. I
These
love
are
the little fishes.
Our little fishy, if you're not watching, cocktail stirrers that Noelle got from
Mexico
Mexico.
City.
Couldn't remember if you got them from Mexico or Brazil.
Oh, they're cocktail stirrers?
Yeah, they're
They're
little
literally
stirrers.
Oh,
So you
wow.
can stir it with it.
I went to this like market in Mexico City, and there was this glass station of this woman who makes all of this homemade glass stuff, and she had all these cocktail stirrers, and when you look at them, there were so many, and each one was a little different. They were all like handmade. It was crazy.
Wow.
So I got these fish. It was like $1.50 each.
Oh,
like
that's so
$1.50.
affordable.
I
They're so
know.
cute.
Which is shocking. I feel like I never say that a lot.
Yeah,
As it was coming out of my mouth,
Yeah,
I was
nothing.
like, whoa, this is a new
That feels
sensation.
weird. Weird in my mouth.
It
Yeah.
was, yeah. Mexico City was very affordable, honestly. Which
Wait,
was a
yeah.
slay.
So we were just talking. I don't know if we got it on record, but Noelle is everywhere. She's here. She's there. Marissa too, low key. But
Not as much as Noelle.
I
Noelle's a
forgot
traveler.
that you were just in Mexico City.
I was-
because I thought you were in Brazil, but I'm like, no, wait, that was that one.
Okay, so
I
this
know,
past
it's
summer, I
confused.
went to Brazil and then Costa Rica. And then I started dating Rodney. That's his name on the podcast. I don't know if you knew that.
Oh, okay.
It's like a
yeah,
code
yeah,
name.
yeah, he has a fake
I
name on
still
here.
haven't met Rodney yet,
I
but
know.
I cannot wait.
My mom met him today.
Oh, thoughts. Oh, thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
Got a
Yeah.
thumbs up
Okay.
from Polly.
Yeah. Rodney. We like Rodney. But it was his idea because he had a couple of weeks like in between work things, and he was like, so I was thinking of going on a trip to Mexico City. This was when we were like first kind of dating too. So I didn't give him an answer for a couple of weeks because I was like, I don't know this man. Like,
Right, totally.
you want me to go to Mexico with you? He was like, you don't have to, but like I was thinking of just going because I've always wanted to go and it's affordable. And if you want to come with me, and then I ended up just being like, you know what? Why not go to Mexico City with this boy?
Sounds like your man's.
Yeah,
traveling.
he is. He loves
Yeah.
to travel. He's
You
been to
guys-
43 countries.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, goals.
Yeah.
I'm like jealous.
I was gonna say you guys became official on that trip too.
We did. We became official in Mexico
So-
City.
Oh, that's so cute. My
moment.
heart. I'm
Yeah.
such a hopeless romantic, so I'm over here gushing on the inside.
Yeah, it was sweet. It was really sweet. And yeah, Mexico City was amazing.
Ciudad de Mexico?
Sí. Ciudad de Mexico. De Mexico.
Wait, were we in Spanish class together at Weaver?
No.
Senorita Moore? But you had her?
Sí. Cuaderno.
Cuaderno.
Is that notebook?
Yes.
Journal?
Yes. I think
That
I told you
song.
about
Cuaderno.
that. How people. Did I tell you about that?
I don't know.
At Weaver, it was an inside joke where everyone would just be like, Cuaderno.
Cuaderno.
Like, everyone chose. Like, you guys chose
Baila,
this.
baila,
the
baila el cuerpo.
Like a random Spanish word.
But we loved it. We ate it up. Honestly, if the teacher's good, the children will love the
Yeah.
class.
Yeah.
Like, she was so fun.
Miss Moore was the best. Pete and I will randomly sing songs like half in Spanish.
It's so stupid.
Should we sing our
what's-
Annie song?
Yeah, so we'll say
Oh my gosh.
the sun will come out mañana.
Hey.
Bet your bottom dollar that mañana there'll be sol.
Soul.
It's like
I love it though.
every fifth word is in Spanish.
Wow.
My mom is just sitting over here
like
watching the
actually so
podcast.
stupid.
I know we do this with like a lot of songs, but that's our main one.
We were doing it with Billie Eilish. Open up la puerta.
Oh, well, open up la puerta. Won't you open up la puerta?
Anytime
very
I listen to
stupid.
Billy, I'm like, wait, is this Marissa? I do a double take, like, wait, is this Marissa's new joint?
Don't even
'Cause-
say that.
Oh my god, it is uncanny.
Wait, what are you talking about? Billie Eilish?
Billy, her voice.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, I hear it.
Well,
like, it
thank you.
sounds so similar. Ocean Eyes is the one that always comes to mind.
Honestly, Yeah.
You
was
texted
like-
me recently and you were like, Ocean Eyes came on and I thought it was you.
Yeah, because I'm so serious. It was the first
Little
time that I
14-year-old
had
Billy.
heard it. I was like, oh my god, this song is beautiful. And I was like, wait, is this Marissa? Like, just something that I haven't heard?
Wait, that's like the biggest compliment I feel like you could
It's
give
good.
Pete.
That's a great compliment. Thank you.
Pete
Are you
has a-
guys watching? Oh, wait, go ahead.
I was gonna say Pete. Oh, I was gonna say Pete has some new songs. Well, I don't know if
do.
you want to say this on the podcast.
Well, we've already talked about it a bunch.
Oh, that's true. She has a couple of new songs that'll be released at some point, but they're really good.
I'm aiming for summer, so
oh my god.
fingers crossed.
Summer
They're like
pop
almost
song of
done.
the summer.
Yeah.
I can't wait to listen.
They're really good.
It's different. I feel like it's a new era for me.
I was just about to say, do you think it's the same style, like sound?
You know, it will always have the essence of me in some way, shape, or form, but I really think it's like different. But I didn't even like try to make it different. It's just like,
Totally.
you know, it evolves.
You've changed, you've
as
grown.
I change.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
These songs are really from the heart.
they really are. I mean, it was about something very personal. It's like two songs that are like part of the same story. And
Describe, is it an album, EP, or just a couple
so
singles?
I'm still kind of deciding, but
Okay.
I think that I'm gonna try to do like a 2-song EP.
Okay, sweet.
But the other option would be like release them as singles.
Yeah.
Describe the 2-song EP in 3 words.
Ooh,
That's hard.
Raw, playful,
Wow.
and what's the third word to encapsulate it all?
Even raw and playful,
Raw,
the juxtaposition is already so, I'm so intrigued.
Raw, playful, because it's like
Yeah.
very real to me, but I feel like it's in a playful way.
It's like kind of
Somehow.
sarcastic. One
Yeah.
of the songs at least
Of
is.
course.
Yeah.
And maybe like magical.
Well, okay. Well, one of the songs is. Am I allowed to say the name of it?
No.
Okay.
I mean, you
I
can tell
cannot
Jaylen.
wait to
but
listen.
You can tell Jaylen, but I cut it out.
And you can bleep this part. One of the songs is called.
Ooh, I love that.
Yeah.
That sounds right up my alley. I mean, you know I'm so... I can't wait.
Wait, what were you gonna ask us if we've watched a TV show?
Oh, I was just continuing on with the conversation of Billie Eilish. Are you guys watching the new season of Survivor 50? It's
No.
the 50th
Is
anniversary
she on
season.
it?
Is she on Survivor?
No, but they're doing this cool thing where, do you know what the hidden immunity idols are?
Yes.
Dr. Polly's
like-
yeah, exactly.
She's nodding.
She knows.
I don't really watch Survivor.
What?
I don't either.
Bye.
But I
Okay, bye. Would you ever go
I
on
love
Survivor?
Okay, everybody always asks me, and there's so many responses because, like, am I gut? Yes, like I would love to go on Survivor. But logistically, like, I can't swim. Like, I actually was just looking up swimming lessons the other day. Well, I can swim, but I can't tread water. That's the thing. And like the minute I stop the act of swimming,
Like you can't stay in one place.
No, absolutely not.
Damn.
I'm going
But you can
under within
travel.
seconds.
Oh my
Yes.
god.
And so, yes, I know. I was just looking into swimming lessons. I really want to start. I've always wanted to start.
That's sweet.
Yeah, I want to just be really comfortable, you know, be able to jump in lakes and off yachts in the future one day, okay?
Yes.
But anyway,
Gotta prepare for that.
I don't know,
deadass.
because it's like, as an actor, it's like, can I? It feels like taboo. Like, if you're gonna do, like, you have to be like a reality star if you do that. And
Wait,
I
what
don't
are you
know.
talking about?
Like
Just
to go on
going
Survivor.
Or like
Oh!
Traders.
I, like,
love the
forgot what we were
Traders.
talking about.
Yeah. Like, I love reality TV. Big Brother. I feel like I would.
I'm a Big Brother
Yes.
Fan.
It's so good. The scheming and lying.
I didn't know that you watch Big Brother.
Yes.
Oh my god.
And I low-key
don't.
feel like, as an actor, I always say this, but watching reality TV is just as helpful and useful as scripted TV
Yeah.
because you're looking at humans in their raw, like,
Right.
it's not scripted. They're being humans.
It's
Yeah.
like
So-
understanding humans. Yeah.
Yes.
The, like psychology of it.
Yes, exactly. When
That's
we lie,
interesting.
when we can like psychoanalyze
Yeah.
what they're doing, and I think that's like what I geek out about. But anyway, there's this thing called hidden immunity idols on Survivor, and if you find it in the jungle, then you have immunity if you play it. Like, you can't get voted out. And they're pulling out all these tips and tricks and stuff for the 50th season. And so this season it's called the Billie Eilish Boomerang Idol. And so it like boomerangs to another player. You have to like give it to someone, and if they get voted out with the idol like still on them without having been played, then it boomerangs back to the person that sent it, which is just like a new twist this season. It's a really good reality show. You guys should watch it. I love it.
Crazy.
I'm surprised that I don't. It feels very up my alley because I'm a huge reality TV
if you
person.
love Big Brother, you'd love Survivor.
Yeah, maybe I should start.
It's so cutthroat. It's like I love watching people lie blatantly to someone. I don't know why. I'm not crazy, I swear. But it's something about them having a conversation of like, okay, let's convert that, and then they go to that person and they're like, we're gonna do this.
Like watching people lie.
Yes,
and like they go to tribal council every night. And there's no better feeling than watching a tribe pull off a blind side. That's what they call it, where they vote someone out and they had no idea, and then they're just like livid in their reaction. It's so good.
Oh, wait, that's crazy. Maybe we should watch Survivor.
Yeah. Crazy.
Wait.
Oh my gosh.
Is it time for our next segment?
Before we do the next segment, I feel like if you want to like introduce yourself, Jayla, I feel like we didn't like truly.
I know we talked about how we know you, but not like you.
Like, who are you, Jaylan?
Conversation just goes. You know, we could just
talk forever and ever, like literally.
And I haven't seen them in forever, so there's so much to catch up on.
Seriously.
But yeah, my name's Jaylan Evans. Who am I? Who are you?
Who are you?
That's who I'd be.
It's a loaded question.
Oh no, we're gonna have to cut that. We're gonna have to cut
the cough.
Oh, trust me.
I don't need people like, what was that wet cough? Okay, anyway. Now watch us leave it because it was funny. Okay, but anyway, I'm Jaylan. I am a country boy from North Carolina. Mama's boy. Big family, big-hearted.
True. And the most beautiful family.
Oh, thank you.
Like, all of you guys are just so, like, they're like all models.
Oh, stop.
Especially when you guys all stand together for family pictures. It's like crazy.
Everyone always says my mom and dad were like copy-paste and that we all look alike.
Yeah, you guys do.
You do.
You do.
So let's see, what else? I love anything blue, including the Carolina Tar Heels. Favorite sports team like ever. I am an ex-athlete turned artist, I guess.
Yeah.
Grew up playing, I think soccer was my first sport I played, and then basketball, track and field, and football. And then I did my first musical when I was in 7th grade. I was 13. It was called 13 the Musical. I played Malcolm. My mom actually forced me to audition.
I didn't think I knew that.
You didn't know that?
No.
Yeah.
Were you like, no, Mom?
Yes, I was like bratty. Like we were leaving the movie theater and I was taking piano lessons at the time. And my piano teacher was like, you know, he's so artistic and I know he sings and da-da-da. You should get your son to audition for this community theater play. They're doing 13. They need boys. You know?
Yeah.
Yes, they need boys.
You know how it goes. We were leaving the movie theater and I had planned on going to audition, but you know how it is, siblings, force it, like somebody say something and now we finna scrap, like I want that when I get home, like, you know, just bad and upset, like just so young and kids. And I think I just wasn't in a good mood after the movie.
Yeah, literally.
And so in the car my mom was like, you ready to go, you know, to your audition? I was like, I'm not going to that audition. Like, no, like I'm mad now. Like, I don't even care. Right. I don't care about this audition, musical, theater. No, like, no, I'm not doing that. I don't want to. Even though I wanted to, I prepped the song, everything.
Yeah.
Just being so impulsive. And she kind of forced me to go. And so I have to be forever indebted to my mom because, you know, it started out like, I don't know, these kids are weird theater kids. It's so weird.
I mean, fair. They are.
And I was coming from like sports. Like I was like, these kids are weird. This is weird, bro. Like these are the theater geeks. Like weird. And
These kids are weird.
I mean, it's true.
No,
but
yeah.
like now I'm weird, you know. But it grew on me, and I'll never forget Tech Week. When I step on that stage, boy, and it was the first
13?
time. Yeah. We did it at Weaver, actually, and that's how I found out about Weaver and all of that. But the lights were on me. I was in the seats. I was like, I found my home.
Wait, that's
Just
honestly so sweet,
trauma,
Jay.
but I loved it. And then I got hooked, and I did more and more, and then Weaver and all of that.
Yeah. And then UNCSA for senior
Yes.
year of college
Yes.
or high school.
Yes. Which has me thinking for our tenure, I'm like, am I going to y'all's or am I going to ours?
Wait,
Because I went to high school with Noelle for my first 3 years, freshman through junior. But
I always forget that you weren't there senior year.
I know, crazy,
That's
right?
weird.
It is so weird.
Whoa.
And years are so
Like,
fast. Like,
yeah.
you know, it was basically only like.
And that's how you knew Liv, right? Olivia Tumalo.
Yeah, yeah, because she was in your class at
Yes,
UNCSA.
that's where I met her.
Why did you transfer there?
Honestly, you know, you don't know that much about the program. I heard about it through like a lot of the upperclassmen that came before us went. And it's just like word on the street, like, you know, they have a good program, good to like prep college auditions. And a lot of people that I looked up to went, like Isaac Powell. Shout out Isaac. He's from our hometown. And
Pete's actually met him a couple of times too
Yeah,
with
a few
me.
times.
Oh, no way.
Multiple times
We've run into him.
I was
When
about to
we've
say,
been
was it
together.
from like running in or?
Yeah.
Yes, multiple times. Isn't that weird?
Once on the street in Greensboro,
Yes.
That
Once
is
in
so
Greensboro.
bizarre.
and like maybe a couple times in New York.
And that was actually,
But I don't think he knows who I am.
but like, probably would.
Maybe no, yeah.
Maybe.
I remember we ran into him before he had filmed for American Horror Story, but he had just booked it. And I was like,
Oh,
what's
wow.
going on with you? And he was like, well, like low key, like I just booked American Horror Story. And I was like, that's my favorite show.
Yes, it is.
It was crazy.
Casual.
But anyways, back to you. You looked up to people who
Yeah,
went.
so I looked at the people that went and I was like, you know, I'm serious about my craft. And I also think I was escaping. When I think about it on a personal level, I wanted to move out of home. I think I
That's
was
fair.
ready. Like, I didn't want another year, you know.
Because it's boarding school,
Yeah,
that program.
it is. It's 1 year.
It's basically like college almost.
Exactly, 1 year early. I think I just wanted this stability of like, I don't know, like becoming a man and kind of like fully like kickstarting that journey and living on my own and failing and just having space to, I don't know, I started to feel suffocated at home.
Yeah.
I've always felt so old for my age and just like mature and kind of like just not in the same place and boat as people my age. I always gravitate towards older people.
Yeah.
Like 35 to 45, like to kick it and talk everything like I would with peers my age. But for some reason, it feels so much easier with more mature people. And I think it's because they're wiser.
Yeah.
They're more stable. I mean, we've talked about this. I feel like I'm so misunderstood. I would like vent to Noelle in high school and college just about what I'm going through. And I'll never forget, you were like, I think you're just misunderstood. And I had never thought about it that way or heard that.
Wait,
And
aw.
you were the first one that made me like think like, you know what? I think I am misunderstood.
I did think that.
And I think it's because I'm just mature and I've always like known who I am and
People are intimidated by that if they don't feel that way, you know. And when you're like growing up and
Yes.
still figuring all that out,
Well,
people
yes.
would maybe feel
threatened.
like,
I mean, of course, I know you, like, you have your insecurities as well, but you lead with confidence. You, like, know that you're talented. I think that's how you've become so successful, too. Like, seriously, even just, I think about, for example, when you booked the Teen Muni thing.
Oh my gosh,
like,
throwback.
That was such a big deal at the time.
Right,
Like, just
yeah.
things like that where you, at that age, I was so not ready for big things like that. Like, I would have not submitted to that maybe, or if I would have been like, but I'm not gonna get it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, totally.
Which, like, you know, now I feel ready, but I think that that's always been such a an admirable thing about you is you know your worth, and a lot of people don't in this industry especially, and people were probably intimidated by you, thought you were cocky.
Yes.
But like,
I used to get that all the time.
Yeah.
And I never thought I was. I was like, how am I cocky? Bro,
Yeah.
I'm like the gushiest, crazy, sweetest. Like, if you actually take a chance to like get to know me,
Right.
you would know that that is so far from who I am. But
and
I
also
got that
very
a lot.
grateful. I feel like you are like aware of the things you're grateful for. I don't know how to word
Mama
that.
raised me right. Shout out, mommy. I love you.
Shout out.
Shout out, mommy.
Yes, you're right though. I have been confident. I feel like for the most part of my life, I am headstrong. I do know what I want. I do kind of know who I am. Now, granted, of course I have insecurities. Of course I have, moments of doubt and all of that and stuff. But I am very spiritual, and I feel like your mindset and groundedness, all of that, your authenticity is a choice. You know what I mean? Like, even if you are insecure or have doubts or don't believe in yourself, not as confident, fake it, baby. Like take the power back, like, in your mind to be like, you know what? No, I'm gonna shut those voices off in my head. Like, I'm not gonna listen to my inner saboteur. I am that bitch.
Yeah.
I mean, that's half the battle right there.
That is like, yes. I mean, you have to. Otherwise, it's never gonna. Those voices are never gonna stop.
No, oh my
it's
gosh.
like it's a habit and it's a pattern, and you have to actively work to rewire the way you speak to yourself. And we've talked about this a little bit on the podcast before, like just aligning yourself with the frequencies of the things that you want.
Yes,
exactly.
It's so real.
You know what? I watched an interview of Renee Rapp talking about when she played Regina in Mean Girls on Broadway.
Oh, yeah.
And someone asked her, like, how do you, like, get Regina's confidence, like, whatever. And she was like, I fake it. Like, she was like, because there were days when she would feel, like, not great about how she looked. She mentioned, because one of Regina's lines is, like, I never weigh more than 115 or something like so like that. And Renee Rapp was like, I weigh more than that. So like things like that where she would feel insecure, but she was just like, gotta fake it. And then like
And at a certain point it'll be real. It will be. Like, you know what I mean? That wooey spiritual manifestation frequency stuff, like,
it's real.
It is so real. Call it what you want. You don't gotta believe it. Like when people are like, I don't believe in astrology. Girl, what? It's not for you to believe in. Like, it's real. Like, I don't, whether you believe in it or not, people are using it. And
Well, even if you want to call it science, call it science.
Exactly.
I think it's the same thing.
Same.
And that's a whole other conversation. But, whatever you want to, it's like literally the laws of the universe, the laws,
Exactly.
the law of attraction, like just,
and if everything's purposeful and nothing happens for a reason, if you believe quotes like that, then where's your argument for not believing in the alignment of the stars? You know what I mean?
That's what I always say. I'm like, people are so quick to be like, magic isn't real or this isn't real or whatever. But I'm like, do you realize that where we are?
Yeah,
we are stardust.
We are like this entire.
We are stardust.
Our entire existence is a miracle and crazy and magical.
Exactly.
The fact that we have feelings too, it's not just like we exist, but we exist and we can enjoy our existence. Like, we do things for fun. We travel, we laugh, we drink our little drinks. Like, we could have just been born as like robots without feelings,
Yeah, we have emotions.
But like, we have a life to enjoy. It's really
It's beautiful and complex.
And the way our bodies and brains work.
It's crazy.
And
healing ourselves, get a cut, and it's just stitched up naturally in like 2 days. And I'm like, bro, our bodies are crazy.
Wait, that's so true. Yeah, it's weird.
It's actually, this is funny because I've been a little like struggling with some sort of illness. I think it's allergies. Is what my doctor thinks. But I got like a blood test. And I was thinking about this like when I was scrolling through my results and like looking at all my levels of things and like what each one means. I'm like, these things are happening within my body, like without me having to like control them. Like, my body is like almost its own separate being from myself. It's just like working
and
to
your
keep me
heart
alive.
makes more blood when you lose blood also. I don't get where is it made out of? Like, what is the ingredient? What are the ingredients of blood?
Where did the ingredients of blood come from?
Like, how did they just appear?
Or even our involuntary things like blinking or breathing. You don't have to think to do it.
That like freaks me out sometimes when I think about it. Like, I'm like, what if I just like forget how to breathe or something?
Like
Yeah.
we're alive. It's crazy.
It is crazy.
Our listeners are probably like, they are on something. I'll have what she's at.
It's the dark and
we
stormy.
still haven't even gotten to our
Wait,
smile of the week yet.
Smile of the week.
Gosh.
Okay.
Smile of the week, smile, smile of the week. Smile of the week, smile, smile of the week. It's literally just that. We just started doing that one time.
I love it. Oh my
It's so
gosh.
silly.
Smile of the week, time smile of the week.
Literally. It's like we don't even really know
It's a
what the
little
melody
jingle.
is.
I need to go back and figure out what.
When we started it.
Yeah, what was the first episode we did that? Because it came about naturally. We did not sit down and say, let's create a jingle. for
It
this.
just happened one episode.
Yeah.
I know, we need to figure that out.
But anyway, this is the part of the podcast where we each kind of talk about something that made us smile this week.
Because there's so much negativity and a lot of crazy bad shit happening in the world, so
My
we're
goodness.
trying to bring as much positivity as we can.
Sometimes that's all you can do.
Yeah. So
What did Bad Bunny's sign say? Love is the most powerful drug, or
I don't know.
love will always be
At the
stronger
Super
than
Bowl?
hate. Yeah,
Something like that.
something like that. But it's true.
I love him.
Yeah, he's good.
Do you have a smile, Jay? Do you know yet?
My type A logical intellectual brain is like, go to your to-do list and just recap on what you've done.
Normally, me and people look back
Yeah.
at our photos too to see like,
What happened this week?
Had a great day yesterday.
yay.
That was my smile of the week, the entirety of yesterday.
Aw.
I don't know if y'all saw my Instagram story, but I was like acting all crazy after the gym.
Wait, I don't know if I did.
Singing like I feel good. But I literally just felt so good. And I think
sweet.
it's because I've just been so consistent in the gym. And I haven't been this consistent since college.
Do you have a trainer right now?
Yes, I'm working with the personal trainer through this like influencer collab thingy. He's like giving it to me for free
Slay.
in exchange for just like post and
That's awesome.
to help grow his clientele. Yeah, so it's nice. His name is Michael. He's in Dubai. He's been great.
Okay, Michael in Dubai.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
he's so sweet, but also like keeps me on it. The accountability is really nice. Like I said, like I haven't been this consistent since college, at least not for 8 weeks at a time. I'll go for like a week or two, and then I like dies off, and I'm not doing
I
that
get
shit.
it.
But it's reminding me of freshman year of college when I was like, I don't know if y'all remember, but I like hit the ground running, and I
Jay drinks way.
So,
Was this like I don't know what that is. What is Jay Drinks
It was like a Finsta I had.
Oh my
and I like posted
God.
workouts and progress pics.
I don't
and
think I
stuff.
knew about
yeah.
that.
It was like Broadway bod. I'm a freshman in
Or maybe I did.
musical theater school, so I have to bulk.
Jay drinks way.
But I did it, and I bulked from like 118 to 154, 155 in 1 year.
Wow.
All by myself. That was with no PT. And so yeah, my smile of the week, I feel like I'm realizing how good working out makes me feel. Like I feel so good afterwards. And I think I should feel tired, but like actually like I want to go run errands and like go run another mile, and I'm just juiced up.
It really is so good for you and your
Gives back
brain.
to you. It
Like-
gives you energy.
There are times when I really don't feel like working out, but I'm like, ugh, like I should. And then after I do it, I suddenly just like feel better. Like it really helps your mental health.
It does, because it releases, what is it, endorphins or serotonin or
Probably both. Like
Okay.
endorphins
All of
are a
them?
big one.
Yeah.
What's the
Definitely
third one?
endorphins.
It's endorphins.
Oxytocin.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's another one of the good ones.
the good hormones. Yeah.
Yes.
I think they're hormones, right? I don't know.
I don't know.
I think so.
Yeah, I'm glad you had a good day, Jay.
Yeah, thank you.
And that gym stuff is going well for you.
And I think just like I'm unpacking in my apartment. I just moved back.
Yeah,
Wait,
Jaylan
how's
recently
the new
moved.
place? Like,
Yeah.
are you loving it?
It's good, I do.
I toured the place for Jaylan.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I literally just forgot that. You're like reminding me in this moment. I was back home in North Carolina, just coming back from Canada from work, and I knew that I wanted to move back because I can't stay in North Carolina again for 8 months. Like I love home, but I'm grown. Like I cannot live at home, bro. I don't know how people do it. And so I was like, I gotta go back. But I knew that moving here without being here would be hard. So I was like, maybe I could sublet. and then, be able to tour spots on my own. But I was like, it's just so much. Like, I just wish I could just find a spot and like come here and be in that spot.
Yeah.
So Noelle toured it for me. She toured 3 units in the building. I ended up loving all of them, but one of them really stood out, and I applied, I think, that night. And I honestly was like, things were moving the next week.
Yeah.
But I love it. It's my first time living on my own in the city. I feel so safe. There's concierge, and
It's nice. It's a nice building.
my old buildings in New York, it would be like people hotboxing the lobby, and then like you'd look and it'd be like, fuck you looking at, and it's like, you're in my building, you don't even live here.
Oh my
You're
God.
like hotboxing my lobby, and I'm supposed to be like the one that like bows down to you. Like, I always felt so
the lobby is crazy.
diabolical. I always felt so unsafe. And so that makes me feel safe. I don't have to worry about my packages getting stolen. We have like valet down in the lobby, and they handle that.
How was having a gym in your building too? Do you think that's really helped you
That's
with your
top tier, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Like, I don't have to go outside.
That's so
That's
nice.
really nice.
Yeah, and it's so nice. I mean, you saw it right in the tour.
It's a
so
big
nice.
gym. It was like huge.
Yes, and they have like a wellness center with like a sauna and spa-like stuff, which I haven't used as much as I'd like. I've been so busy, but I do plan on incorporating like going to the sauna and steam room a couple times a week. I really just want a more healthy and holistic lifestyle switch right now. I'm really craving that.
Yeah. Well, this is your time to have it.
It is, and
Yeah.
I'm starting baby steps, but yeah, it's good. Still unpacking. Only been here like a month and a half, so there's lots to do. I don't have a couch, but I just ordered my entertainment center, to like put your
nice.
TV on.
Cool. I want to see your place when it's done.
Yes, I'll have to have you guys over.
Yeah. Have a
we
little
can see it.
housewarming.
Yes, absolutely.
That's
We'll
so
do it.
exciting.
Yay! Pete, what's your smile?
My smile is literally, I think I mentioned this when we were recording yesterday, so that would have been last week's episode, but we had like 4 days of really nice weather in the city.
Yes.
It was so nice.
And that is literally my smile. But I think it just really, like, now more than ever, I just realize how much the weather affects me and my mood and my
Yeah.
well-being. And I grew up in Michigan, so like I am used to a really tough long winter.
Yeah.
But like I guess it just never, I didn't think about it too much growing up because that was just all I knew. That was the norm. And we had all 4 seasons, but just winter was very cold and very long.
Oh yeah.
But then it wasn't until, I don't know, I got older that I realized, oh, I actually feel so much better when it's warm out. I know that is not like that's a universal feeling.
But
like,
it's so true. It's worth
It is.
repeating
but
every
it's
time.
actually-
Because
it
it's
is.
real.
because like the way I felt today when it was like weirdly snowy rain, cold.
It snowed today.
It literally
It was 70
snowed.
degrees like
And
yesterday.
I wore a tank top yesterday, and it snowed today. So
It's
like,
so
just,
weird.
It's like a 180 of how
I don't get
feel.
it. Like,
and I don't get it either. It's kind of crazy. But anyway, I was just very happy to have 4 days of nice weather.
Yes.
It was so
It
nice.
really made me appreciate
Yes.
the times when it is nice because it actually improves my quality of life
Yes.
so much.
And I was just about to say, the highs are only high because of the lows.
That's so
And so, summer and spring
True.
wouldn't feel like that if we didn't endure.
That's so
That's
true.
really true.
You know what I
Like, if you
mean?
think about people who like live in Florida or like somewhere where it's always sunny, they don't. It's just that's
Yeah.
just
Yeah,
how
that's
it
how it
is.
Exactly.
is.
They're not as grateful for the sun and warm weather like we are.
It's like the movie. Have you guys seen the movie Inside Out?
Oh my gosh, I
Yes.
love Inside
It's
Out.
It's so good, but like
It
the whole
is.
point is like you can't have joy without sadness, and they
Yeah.
come together to create
a great movie.
the core memories. So
Yeah,
good.
it's true.
Anyway,
Oh,
yeah, my smile is literally just the weather, and now I'm really looking forward to real spring.
Yay.
Yes,
I'm
same.
so excited for
Fake spring always comes and it's like,
spring
gotcha.
comes.
I know.
They're like,
it was like just fake spring. I
Noelle,
guess.
what's yours?
I guess mine. I went to an Elon event last night with my mom.
Oh, nice.
Which I don't think many students knew about it. It was me and then Matthew Moore was randomly there too.
Oh my gosh,
we
Matthew.
were I know, it was really good to see him. I had no idea he was going to be there. I think we were the only two. We seemed like the youngest people there. It was a lot of older
Okay, yeah.
people who are faculty at Elon now. whatever. I was like, no offense, but not super. I mean, I was excited to go, but I was just kind of expecting to like walk around with my mom and be like, hello, and like shake hands. But it ended up being so fun, and I got really drunk, which like I have not been partying as much at all recently. Like I feel like I've been in my
God, same.
not drinking era. I was fully expecting to go, wasn't gonna drink, was just gonna be there, but then Matthew Moore showed up, and then I was like, oh my gosh, hey, and then we got free drink tickets, and it was at this fancy cocktail bar, so it was like
of course
a free cocktail that would originally be like $23. So I was like, okay, well, I have to get one, and then we just kept getting more drink tickets, so I ended up having like 4 drinks, which like yeah, and like in a short amount of time too. So I came home last night and I was like, I'm kind of drunk, and he was like, wait, what?
I know, we were just like talking. I was like rolling my body out on my foam roller, and like we were talking, and you were like, I'm like pretty drunk, by the way. And I was like, what do you mean? I couldn't even tell. So.
I like don't really drink that much anymore. So it was really fun. I mean, it wasn't just fun because I was drunk, but like it was just I love a fancy cocktail, so it was fun. I got all these fancy cocktails,
for free too.
Like
right.
It was just a fun,
on that part.
unexpected, for free. It was like an unexpected night of fun. So
I love that.
That's my smile.
What was the event for? Just an alumni event?
So it wasn't even really an alumni event. Elon, the marching band for Elon was invited to perform at Carnegie Hall. So they did that last night, and I guess they had like some kind of banquet, like celebration thing beforehand. So there's a bunch of like Elon music faculty in town and stuff, and like Connie Book was there.
Okay, yeah.
So it wasn't really alumni. I actually don't know how Matthew Moore was invited or knew about it. Like,
wait, yeah, that's so random.
like
It is
he
random.
was we were the only two
like students.
Was he there with anyone?
No,
he just came.
Like other people were invited too. Like Reagan Noble and Cassie had name tags there too, but that was it. But they didn't show up. But I don't know. It was so random. Like there were maybe like 2 other people who seemed like they were our age there, and the rest were like much older. And it was so random. Like he was like, I heard that there was free drinks and food, so that's why I'm here.
And I love that he showed up by himself.
For free
like,
food and drinks.
Yeah, that's. I mean, hey.
Yeah, so it was randomly fun. Oh, siren.
Is that a siren from here?
Like somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it would have to be.
Sorry if this is like tugging at your.
Oh, it's okay. No, it's good.
We can always move the table closer too.
Oh,
yeah,
true.
That's smart. Let's
do that.
engineer
my
brains.
cord is short.
Okay, there we go.
Oh, we could have just done that the whole time.
Yeah, problem solving.
Oh my gosh! Clearly, we're artists.
Yep.
Yeah.
Artist brain.
I'm just kidding.
creative.
Artists are smart.
They are. I think artists are like some of the smartest
That
people.
was creative to move it
No,
forward.
it was. Yeah, it takes like critical thinking and teamwork. And
Oh my
Exactly.
gosh, we are literally batshit, but I love us.
I know. Jay, what have you been up to? You said you have. We like don't have a topic for this episode, which I
No.
kind of love.
our topic is catching up.
Yeah,
Right.
because we haven't seen. Well, I saw you over Christmas. Wait, did
we?
I? Yes, I helped you with a self tape.
Oh my god.
Because we were supposed to hang out, but then you were like, I have a self tape, and I was like, I can just read for
When
you.
the self tape becomes the hangout, bro.
It did, but it was fine.
I needed you. Thank you.
Of course.
I don't even remember what it was for.
I do.
You know how it goes.
Wait, I don't remember what it was called, but you were playing like there was like the Grim Reaper, and you were like some nerdy boy like facing death, like.
Oh my god,
in a
I
new
remember. It was a
musical.
comedy.
Yeah.
And I was so crazy.
Yeah.
Like off the rails.
Yeah.
Yes, I remember.
But you guys haven't seen each other since like
I was
No.
trying to
Very long
think of
time.
the last time, and it's weird because time just flies so quickly that I didn't even realize that it had
I
been so
know.
long. But
time is fleeting.
definitely like maybe a few years, a couple
That's
years.
2 or
weird.
3 years.
That is
and
weird.
even just looking at you now, I'm like, I thought in my head, I was like looking at you guys talking. I was like, Marissa looks so like mature and like
my God.
she's growing up, little like Marissa.
she's growing up.
And acting like
sweet.
I'm older than you and like looking down like at you saying that. But no, it's just because I haven't seen you. You seem grounded
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
That means a lot.
in a way that is like new and exciting. Like you're giving like woman.
Oh my God. Thank you.
Okay, woman.
I love
Yes.
that.
And and you are too. But
Wait, yeah, what the fuck?
no,
I'm just
I've
kidding.
just seen you so much. So
Yeah.
it's
don't-
more drastic.
Right. You
For
don't
sure.
see
Yeah.
the gradual change. and-
Exactly. Like looking at ourselves in the mirror every day.
right.
Yeah.
But anyway, I've been unpacking.
Have you been auditioning for anything? I mean, I don't know if you want to talk about that on.
Yeah, we can. I have a little bit, nowhere near as much ever since getting the show. So
Yeah, we haven't even talked about this. What have you been doing for the past few years, Jaylan? Why haven't I seen you?
I know. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I am on a romantic drama. A YA romantic drama on Netflix called My Life with the Walter Boys.
You may have heard of it.
Maybe. And I play Skylar Summerhill. I got that show in March of 2022, and here we are, March of 2026. Wow, so this month is 4 years.
Damn, it's been that long.
That doesn't make any sense to me.
Holy
I remember when I
shit.
FaceTimed you, like, oh my god, I'm gonna be on Netflix.
That was like crazy. I started sobbing.
Yeah, well, that was nuts. That was really crazy. But yeah, anyway, I'm on that show, and I was saying that just to say, ever since being on the show, I haven't been auditioning nearly as much as I did prior to, and I think it's just because of availability. We shot season 1 in 2022, and then left for hiatus, and probably would have gone back in 2023, but we had the writer's strike. I think that was May to August or something like that with the WGA.
Remember.
And then SAG went on strike. We were like, we might as well too. And I think that was from like July to October. And so, nothing was being written. Then actors weren't working. It was crazy. And then season 1 came out December of that year, 2023. Did really well. And we went back for season 2 the following year in 2024. And then season 3 last year, 2025. And now this year, 2026, we have season 3 coming out, and we will see about future seasons. I don't know.
Fingers crossed.
Yes, it would be nice. But the auditions have been, they come in chunks, they come in waves. I'll be like shooting a season in Canada, and then it's like, you have 4 auditions this week. And I'm like, bro, what?
What are they mainly for? Because now I'm assuming you're not auditioning for TV shows, like series regulars.
No, I am.
Really?
Yeah. I mean,
but just for ones that have different availability, I guess.
No, even if we don't know, because it's so like we don't know our shooting schedule, and my rep, like my agents and manager, are like, we're gonna get, we'll figure that out later. If they want you, then we have some collateral and leverage we can work with, and
that's awesome.
I mean, you guys know, odds are you're not gonna get it. So the least you can do is submit and just get in front of casting.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, that's so true.
Yeah, even if I'm gonna, maybe not be available, or it's like just send it in.
You cross that bridge when you get there.
Exactly. So yeah, I mainly submit for TV and film. I do a little bit of Broadway, but Broadway is tricky right now with my contract because, I mean, it's like, just think about it like from casting's point of view. They have a breakdown and they have an opening for this track, and then you're gonna audition as a series regular on a TV show, and have them cast you just to be told you're going back for another season, and then put them in the same boat to refill the position. I mean, I'm not trying to talk myself out of a blessing. But it feels intricate.
It would have to be like a short contract or something.
I could do like something off Broadway, or even just a limited engagement of a Broadway run. We're open to it. And as you know, like, we got our BFAs together. I do love theater. That's kind of my bread and butter. I would love to do something on Broadway. And that time will come. New York and Broadway is not going anywhere. But right now, my availability is limited.
Yeah. Do you ever audition for like regional shows ever anymore? He's like, no. And you know what? That's okay.
No, I mean...
But isn't the thing I read for you with, was that...
No, that was
like a pre-broad... Oh. But you sang a song.
Wait. No, yeah. That was a musical. That was, Wait, yeah. That had to be regional.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't Broadway.
But maybe it was like a pre-Broadway...
Probably. I can't remember.
I don't know.
But that was a musical.
Yeah.
It was like a pre-Broadway tryout thingy, new musical, yeah. Which, I will audition for those regionally. I just don't want to go and do like... At this point in my career, I only want to do stuff that I want to do.
That's
I don't
fair.
want to do
yeah.
like Newsies again. Or, like, you know what I'm done.
No,
I
do.
don't,
What if
you
it's
know?
like a dream role?
Absolutely.
What are some of your theater dream roles?
Anything in Come From Away. I love that musical. I have more so dream shows and not really dream roles. Come From Away. I would love to be in Company. Any role. That's one of my favorite
good one,
musicals.
too.
I just like good musicals, you know.
Yeah. Same.
Days of Wines and Roses. So good. I love what it's about. It's a 2-person show, so clearly I would play. I forget his name.
Did you see it when Kelly O'Hara
Yes,
did
and
it?
Brian Darcy James.
I didn't.
That's what made me like I want to play that role. Just because of I was like, this is next level.
I've never seen
art.
that show.
I haven't either.
It's about alcoholism.
Oh, whoa.
Yes, and it's dark.
Wait.
Yeah, and I
love dark
was not
shit.
expecting that. I left like crushed in the best of ways. That's what we want, you know?
Yeah.
And so, yeah, we got Come From Away, Company, Days of Wine and Roses. And then honestly, like outside of those 3, I don't have many, you know, maybe Thomas Jefferson, Lafayette, and Hamilton.
Ooh.
But I want to do something new. I wouldn't mind, you know, being the blueprint for a character. That sounds
Yeah,
enticing.
originating a role.
Yeah,
That's
maybe.
a dream.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, I think that's it. I think for me, I want to do passion projects and things that are creatively fulfilling and things that speak to me and my soul. And,
Yeah.
you know, I don't, the fluff stuff with no substance.
Yeah.
It's just like, why am I doing this? Is so I don't really I mean, you gotta
I
pay
know.
the bills. You gotta pay the bills. A job is a job. It's already hard enough as an actor. But what if I had a choice? Of course, I want to do stuff that challenges
Meaningful.
me. Yeah, and I feel like I'm learning and growing and pushing myself and really going there.
I feel
Like,
the same
you know?
way. And I know you do too, Pete.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I had like a mindset shift recently too, of just like I'm gonna be a little more selective and like narrow in on what I actually want.
Yeah.
And
It-
that's
it's hard.
okay.
Yeah, and it is okay. And we had a discussion like this recently, but it makes me feel guilty
Exactly.
because I think that we're taught like
Yes,
any
I was just about
opportunity
to
is an
say
opportunity. And I do believe that to an extent, but
I think
you
it just
know,
depends.
It all depends. It all depends. Every situation's different. And there is something to be said about doing something that will be an experience to put on your resume. But
For sure.
Totally.
I don't know.
Saw this TikTok or something. Jobs will fulfill 2 of 3 things, and it's resume, career booster, money is good,
Yeah.
or creatively fulfilling.
Yeah.
We've talked about this on the
Yeah.
podcast.
So
yeah.
it has to check 2 of those boxes.
Yes,
right?
exactly.
Yeah. So I don't
And
know.
rarely do you get all 3.
Right.
It's possible.
It's
but
definitely possible.
So rare.
But early in your career, especially, it's like really hard to find that for sure.
I just did a cringy little.
Oh my
well,
god!
I'm like, should I
you
call it
did.
cringy on the pod? I mean, it's fine.
Oh my gosh!
I did-
Yes, congrats!
Yeah.
Wait,
Thanks.
I'm
I was
just
part
now
of-
first time seeing you since.
It's like, you know those like vertical shorts? Do you know? Have you like, like
I have heard of them within the industry, but I don't think I've seen one yet.
they're literally like soap operas. Like the writing is so. The one that I was in, I'll say bleep it out though because I'm not allowed to say it. But it's called. Yeah. But luckily,
This is crazy.
I think I would have said no to it if I were a cringy role. But I was literally, I had 3 lines. I was host, and they're really legit too. Like, the director has done
it's
a lot
SAG,
of.
right?
I think the one I did.
Or can they be indie too? But I know
They
SAG
can
is
be
doing them
indie.
too.
I think I actually am like I don't know. I worked I don't know. I had a non-union
But you don't
contract.
have to be SAG to do a SAG project.
Yeah.
But then once you do enough, it's called like top
Actually, I
party.
think it was a SAG project.
Probably was.
Because-
I know SAG is doing them.
Yeah. And the Instagram for it, Drama Box Productions, has like 7 million followers. Like,
Oh wow.
Yeah,
People
it's like
love
a
those
legit
things.
industry.
They do love them.
I mean,
But-
yeah.
and social media and on our phones. And
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
the new thing.
exactly. But my role was not cringy. I literally was like the host of an event. So, like, catch me, you guys, when it comes out. I'm gonna be on stage with a single spotlight on me, like, hello, everybody, welcome. Like,
Oh my gosh, I
That's
can't
so fun.
wait.
but I just did a project that was not artistically fulfilling, but it paid me. It felt really nice to get paid to act. Like, just, you know, that feels good to, and especially to have to call out of your other jobs, like, sorry, I can't come in tomorrow, I got an acting job.
I'm on
like,
set, babe. Sorry.
Like, no. And then also being on set, because I have not spent a lot of time on set. I feel like I've been in, you know, film acting classes, and I've learned how to, like, maybe audition on film, but like I felt very green when I was there. Like, other people really knew what they were doing, and I felt a little like kind of shaky, but I felt like it was a good environment for me to be on set for the first time, because it wasn't like I'm playing a lead and it's a big thing. It was something that I was like, this is a little cheesy, and I'm a small role, so it was just such a good opportunity that I'm grateful for. And now, like, I can put that on my resume. I got paid. Was it fulfilling? No, but like it felt really nice.
But fulfilling maybe in other ways.
Yeah,
you know?
like in some sense.
So, yeah.
Because it's like you were still being paid to act.
Yeah.
Like, that's fulfilling in some way.
It is. And I've met other people, like some cool people too. Sorry, what were you saying?
Oh, no, I was just going to say there's nothing like being green. I don't know. I think back to my first day on set, and I was green too.
I really want to hear about this. And I don't know how much, like, you can talk about it or are willing to talk about it, but I want to know, like, specifically, like, when you first stepped onto set, like, your first day shooting, going from, I don't know if you had any film experience before, TV experience in front of the camera.
Well, you did Power Book, Raising Kanan, whatever.
Oh, that's true, yeah.
I sang, so it was kind of like I was using my musical theater degree. You know, I got
like
sang as like an R&B like amateur artist at this talent show. I didn't speak. I literally sang for like 30 seconds, and that was my, you know, gig.
So you had a kind of intro to like being on a set.
Yes,
but not nearly in the same way.
No,
that you suddenly book a series regular role for Netflix.
Crazy jump.
How? Like, I'm trying to wrap my brain around how you go into that room. Like, do they tell you what to do? Like,
no.
So like, what can you talk about that process and like your experience?
Were you scared? Just talk.
I wasn't scared, because that is kind of just like me. Like you said, I'm confident. Like, I'm gonna like step up and
and you got the role.
True.
So like, to some extent, you know you belong there.
Exactly, and that's what you have to trust and lean into. You know, everything happens for a reason. You can't get what's not yours. If it's yours, won't pass you by. All of those things were like mantras in my head, and I was just like, you know what, like, even if I don't have all of this experience and stuff, you know, I've trained. I went to high school for this, boarding school, college, all of the summer stops.
You've probably trained a lot more than a lot of actors who have an acting, you know, career.
Exactly.
So
anyway, my first day on set, I'll never forget. It was all so new. It is so different than theater, y'all. It is like literally night and day. Everything. And so I remember like getting picked up, and I was like, oh my God, like I'm getting picked up in a blacked out Suburban. Like,
that's so
it felt so like cool. And then I'm like riding the set, open the door for me. Hi, welcome to set. Like, your trailer's there.
So you had your own trailer?
Yeah. Well, yes. Yes, everybody has their own trailer. But it's so contractual. The specs of your trailer and stuff. But anyway, our AD season 1, Cody, he was so great. He was like, breakfast is waiting for you in your trailer. I was like, breakfast is waiting.
That's so funny.
It's crazy. And so then I go to my trailer, like eating breakfast, you know.
What was it? What'd they give you?
I always get a breakfast burrito.
So like you can tell them what you want?
Yes. So bacon, eggs,
I love a
peppers
burrito.
And cheese with like home fries.
Oh my God, yum.
It was delicious with an OJ. I get that every single day. Like, you know, you have your closet, wardrobe's there, so I'm like, I'm gonna get in the wardrobe. You know?
Do they tell you?
Is anyone in there with you? You're just like chilling in there by yourself?
Yeah. He probably said, you know, go ahead and get in the wardrobe, breakfast there, and I'll come back to grab you for, you know, processing.
So is your costume like, I guess, is it
wardrobe.
Just their wardrobe? I'm like, theater.
Right.
Like,
it's
do you
so
versus how do you know
I
which one to put
costume
on?
In years.
Wait, that's crazy.
Yeah. It's wardrobe. What do you mean? How do you know which one you put on?
Like, I don't know if there's like a whole thing of your wardrobe.
No. They only put your wardrobe for the day in the trailer.
Okay. Cool.
And if you're doing like more than one scene and like Some days you might do a scene from this up and then a scene from that up. They'll only have typically the first one in there, and then as you're like on set shooting and stuff, they'll have the other one there. So when you get back,
So you don't
take
get
that one off.
confused.
Yeah. Or
That's
sometimes
cool.
they're both in there, but then head of wardrobe will come in. This is your look for this episode, and then we're gonna do. Okay, but
So
anyway,
funny.
so I'll get in wardrobe, and this is really quick, by the way, because time is money on set, and there's so much going on. So I'm like, bite of the burrito, put on my shirt, chewing, get some of the home fries, put on my pants, and then like 5 minutes later, he's knocking like, okay, hair is ready for you. Then I go to hair, get my hair done, and then there's always someone, the trailer AD is what they call it, like processing you around. You never really have to go and do things on your own.
That's nice.
So he walks me to my trailer. I'll be back in a few, take you to, and then he knocks on the door. All right, hair is ready for you. He walks me to the hair, and that helps.
That's really
especially being
comforting.
green. Exactly. So I did hair, then I go to the makeup trailer, and now I'm in wardrobe. I got my hair done, I got my makeup done. I go back to my trailer, and he's like, okay, we'll be ready to travel you to set in 5 to 10 minutes. So maybe look over the sides or call your mom. And
Yeah.
I don't remember what I did. I probably did call my mom. But next thing I know, he's knocking on the trailer, and he's like, all right, we're ready for you on set. So I grab my, my book bag with my water and maybe my AirPods, just whatever I want with me on set, grab my sides. Because if you aren't familiar with the way set works in TV and film, you have like a packet of sides, and it's all of the scenes that are being shot that day with the call sheet on the front, with who's called, locations and traveling and all of the business stuff on the front, lunch, and then as you flip through, there's the scenes, like the literal sides for the scenes for the day, and you get that every day. And it's always good to bring it to set.
But do you also get like the episodes beforehand? So like it's not like
Yes.
this is not the first time you're seeing the scenes.
No. But I mean, you can get the episode like 5 days before you're shooting that episode.
Scary.
Yeah,
It's just so crazy.
we're on the ride with the audience. And so, yeah, I got to set, and it is so crazy, y'all. It's just so many people and so much going on. There's anywhere from like 100 to 200 people, just grips, lighting, sound, wardrobe, hair, makeup, our ADs, the director, cinematographer, the showrunner, producers. It's literally like mayhem.
Meanwhile, you're like, I need to get into character, and
No,
like,
literally.
what am I like? What is this scene like?
Yes.
How do you like center yourself before?
I know. I mean, I learned as like I've done 3 seasons now, so I have a really good handle over what I need. But starting out was like, I'm just gonna drop in and do it. And honestly, what I learned season 1 is like, because it's all about authenticity and being real, you kind of just have to ride however you feel in that day. I mean, sure, there's the givens of the parameter of the scene and like what the scene calls for. You gotta play the scene. But some days, let's say I'm feeling giddy and just kind of like grateful and happy, and I just feel good. It's not that I would play a scene that's calling for a bit more, low of an emotion or, being upset. It's not that I would play the scene happily, but the innate way that I feel on the day is gonna inspire the perspective, of the scene. So it would unlock things that I didn't even know about the character or the scene or where it would go, just because this is how I truthfully feel in this moment. I can only do, how I feel in this moment. The scene never goes as you think it's gonna go, ever. Literally ever. I think all of my castmates, we all talk about that. You go in thinking it's gonna go one way, and then you're traveling back home in the car ride, and you're like, oh my god.
Yeah.
It's literally
Like, what
nothing
just
like I
happened?
expected. Yes.
Is there any sort of version of any like rehearsal that you do?
Depends on the director.
Okay.
So we have a different director per block, and some directors do more than one block, but we do this thing called block shooting. If you don't know what that is, block shooting is where you shoot, at least for us, in a standard 10 episode season, you shoot 2 episodes at a time, and within the episode, all of the scenes from the 2 episodes are kind of intercut. It doesn't mean you're shooting, the first episode, like if block 1 is episode 1 and 2, it doesn't mean you're going to shoot episode 1 then 2. Your first scene of the block might be from episode 2, and then episode 1, and then the last scene that you're in episode 1, and then the last scene from episode 2, and then the first scene you're in episode 2. So it literally is all over the place. And typically it's based off location. Like if we have to shoot the scenes at the Lark, we're going to shoot everything we have at the Lark this week because we have it booked out for this week, you know?
Yeah.
And within the block schedule, the episodes can be out of order as well. Like season 1, we did, block 1 was 5 and 6. So we started at the climax, at the middle, and then we did 6, 7, 3, 4, 9, 10, 1, 2.
That's so weird.
That was the order. Yeah. It was insane. Literally insanity. And then on the day, just to answer your question about what's it like and your first day on set, I didn't know that this was going on then. I was just like, I'm gonna do, you know, my lines and act and do it. But I learned, obviously now I know, typically you'll start out with a wide, a master. They might do an establishing shot, but then for the scene, typically, not always, but you'll get a wide of the shot, whether it's full body or 3/4, however wide the director wants, and then you go tighter from there. So you do a couple takes of that, and then you'll get what they call it is coverage, and sometimes it's a 2-shot where you're getting both characters' coverage at the same time. Like if I were having a scene with Marissa, there would be a camera over her shoulder and then a camera over my shoulder, and we're getting our coverage at the same time, which I love.
I mean, yeah, because that's like real time.
Exactly. But then most of the time, it's coverage one at a time. So all the cameras will be behind me, and it's her coverage, and then you go back to holding, because they have to move the cameras and set up for your coverage. Then the cameras are behind her, and now it's my coverage, which I don't prefer, but most of the time that's the way it's going to be. Yeah. Because they need time to set up the cameras, and it's hard to, I feel like, get a 2-shot. At least I found on our show it's not as likely.
Damn.
So I have a question.
Yeah.
Coming from like a predominantly theater background and training, how did you kind of navigate the arc of your character within like the season? Because you were saying that you film, I mean, I know it's very typical to film out of order, whereas when you're doing like a play or a musical, you experience the arc.
I know. And we don't know how good we have it when we're doing that. Oh my gosh.
For film, you don't have that luxury, I suppose. No. Did you find that you had to do like a lot of prep kind of with the script to understand like where you were emotionally, like in a different way than theater? Yeah.
And even like that goes for on the day as well. Like even if I prep it before I get there on the day, whether it's on my notes or I wrote it on the sides, I need to remember where exactly the audience saw me last, where I'm coming from, what just happened, if I'm having a scene with a certain character, what terms are we on? When is the last time I saw you? Because sometimes, you know, it's like, did we shoot the argument? Or
like, what does your character know? What has happened to your character?
Exactly.
What's yet to happen? Like, it's just a lot to keep track of in a different way than...
Yes.
That is.
And I like to keep written note of it so that I can always just see it on the day. Because sure, you might, you know, look at it at home and stuff, but then you get there and there's so much going on. I like to have it written to just be like, okay, like,
I am mad at this person.
Yeah. Or, right. Whatever
What's
it is.
What's your POV?
We just cussed each other out the last time I saw each other. So you need to get here. And sometimes, you know, you're filming that scene after the argument first. Yeah. And so I don't know how the argument went. How bad was it? I've read it, but I don't know.
That's weird.
Yeah, but we're doing the reconciliation now, today, but I don't know how the argument went yet.
That's weird.
Something that I thought of, because I haven't talked about this in the podcast, but I was on a set in November.
For what?
A very small featured background role for a Hulu show.
Oh my gosh.
So I got to experience...
She was called Beautiful Woman.
Wait, what show?
That was like an ego boost. So I had 2 days on set, and I had never... Obviously, I had a very small part. I didn't even have a line. I had more of like a moment. But I did have like a scene which hopefully doesn't get cut, but I got to
Right.
work with the director.
Oh my gosh.
And I got to work with the main actors, and
I
so
love this.
I still I got to experience somewhat of shooting a scene.
Yeah.
And the director I worked with came from a theater background.
Okay.
So I almost felt like comparing it to theater, the film thing kind of felt like the rehearsal for theater. Like when you're in the rehearsal space for theater and you're stop and going,
Oh, yeah.
that's what film felt like to me. It's like
Ah.
the rehearsal for theater, which can also kind of make
That's a
sense of
good-
going out of order.
Yeah.
You don't always rehearse a show
No,
in order
you
either. So
don't.
it's like
True.
it's almost the same in that way.
I had never thought about that.
Yeah, that's how I felt. But maybe it could have been also because I really resonated with the director because she comes from a theater background.
True.
And she was
That's
really working.
interesting.
She was working with the actors as it felt like a theater rehearsal.
Wow.
But instead of just rehearsing, they were filming us too, and she'd be like, okay, stop, give an adjustment or
Yeah.
whatever, and then do it again. So
I
that
love
was
that.
my comparison. Obviously, I have not had as much experience on
No,
set
but
as
I mean,
you.
that works.
But that's how I that was the link for me, the
Yeah.
comparison.
And even my perspective is kind of biased because I've only done our show. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I haven't done these movies and this show and on this show and that set was. I don't have all of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Walter Boys is my experience, and I love our set. I love our crew.
Yeah.
So it kind of is biased. You know, my opinion on how it goes and the way it is. I'm sure. For the most part, it's kind of the same structure, but every set is run different. It does depend on the
Yeah.
crew.
And I'm sure the director too makes a difference. And you got
Yes.
to work with multiple directors, which is
Yes.
cool.
Yeah, we've had 7 or 8 maybe at this point.
That's
directors.
kind of crazy that different directors, because also obviously with theater, there's one director for the whole thing.
Yeah.
But it's crazy that there are different directors for different episodes.
Yes, and sometimes they'll come back and kind of be like a resident director, and they might do 1 and 2 and 5 and 6, or 7 and 8 and 9 and 10.
Yeah.
Sometimes they do more than one block. Yeah, and it's so interesting because it does change set. I mean, the director
Yeah.
runs, the set kind of. They are in charge of the shot list and what we're gonna do, and they are. I mean, well, the first AD kind of runs set. But they're answering to the director who has a way of getting what they need, and every director is different.
Yeah.
Every director has their own way of going about a day of work.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's
A
been
different
cool
style.
to just taste all the different flavors of directors, and at least from the ones we've had, and yeah.
That's cool.
That is cool.
Yeah, it's cool. I'm just really grateful, and I still pinch myself and just am so grateful, and yeah.
It's crazy.
Did you ever think that you would be here in your career, kind of kicking off in the TV film world, or did you really think? Were you open to all things?
It's funny because when we were in college, I remember everyone always saying, what do you want to do? Well, what do you want to do? And if you could, what's your dream job? And I remember everyone being like, I want to be on Broadway. I want the gypsy robe. I want to originate a role. I want an ensemble and then cover and then become a lead. I remember everyone having their answer. And I remember when I was asked, I was like, and this is going to sound crazy, but I swear I'm not kidding. I said verbatim, I want to be a series regular on a Netflix show. I didn't say I want to be on TV. I didn't
That's so
say
specific.
I want to be a lead. I know.
Why Netflix?
I don't, because it was a big
Yeah.
network or something. I don't know. But
Yeah.
I remember verbatim saying that.
Now you are.
And you
And
got
now
it.
that I am, it's kind of back to our conversation of frequency and manifestation. I feel like I was so far off the rails, so delirious to even fix my mouth to say that as a musical theater student.
Yeah.
That subconsciously every move I made was kind of leading me to that dream that I knew I wanted deep down. Did I know it would happen this soon? I don't know. Probably not. No. I mean, no. Like, it's such a hard industry. But did I know it would happen eventually? I think I can stand firm and say yes in that. Because I wouldn't have stopped until I got there.
What do you think? Okay, when you're putting your dreams out into the universe and manifesting, I feel like some people say that you should talk about your dreams a lot and say them out loud, like how you did where you're like, I want to be a series regular on Netflix. But some people say that you should keep your goals to yourself. Which one do you relate with more? Or do you think...
It depends on who you're around.
That's really
it's all
fair.
about energy.
That's so true.
Some people can block your blessing and aren't, you know, after for you and your higher self and what, you know, they have ill intentions. And that's when I think you need to be careful. But if you're around safe people, like someone who's going to help you and, you know,
support you
and pray with you and keep you in good thoughts and uplift you and, you know, then I think it's totally okay to share it with them.
I've been one of my, not mantras, I guess, not a goal either. Just one of my things I'm trying to do in 2026 is not talk about my goals. Like I'm not telling people, besides like besties or like I told, you know, Pete things or like.
It's different when it's a safe space.
Yeah, but I'm not like, not that I was ever one to like go around and tell everyone about things, but just like maybe more open, where now I'm just, when people are like, what are you up to? I'm not being like, well, I auditioned for this and this. I'm just like, you know, I'm auditioning and I'd like leave it at that, you know, like rather than like I'm trying to be more vague.
I think like, that's good.
Yeah,
I support that.
I do too. Thanks. I think that in the past I've had a habit of feeling like I need to tell everyone everything, and I'm so over that.
And you know what I hate?
That.
Like yes, literally. Well, like catching up with actors, and it's like, oh my God, hey, how are you? So what are you doing? What are you working on? Like everything's always about work. You know what I mean? Everything.
What about just like
what's next?
What happened to how are you?
Yeah,
I know. Literally meeting with other actors is like, what do you have going on? What are you working on? What gig are you coming from? Are you on tour? Are you on Broadway? What TV who have you worked with? It's so like, I hate that, y'all. That's one of my biggest pet peeves, especially with strangers. Like when you're like at a function with mutuals and you're meeting someone for the first time and that's what they want to talk about.
Yes, be careful who you share things with. And even if you get weird vibes from...
Yes.
Like, I feel like there are some people in my life who I felt like are maybe supportive and like want the best for me, but don't really get the whole acting thing. Like, I've had a couple of like non-theater friends or people in the past be like, what happens if like it doesn't work out? Or like, and you know, I mean, I get it. I get the question. Or just like be like, well, what after you're on Broadway? Like, or no, after you're an actor, do you think like you'd want to go teach? Like, I've had a lot of that.
After you're an actor is crazy.
Yeah, like things like that. And
it's crazy.
I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with those things. Like, plenty of people stop acting, pivot careers. Yeah. But for somebody who's actively doing it and like really pursuing it, it feels
a slap in the face.
Yeah, it's not a helpful question.
Exactly.
No.
It's like I don't have a plan B, babes. Like I just think I'm gonna be successful.
And sometimes again, depending on the person, it comes from a place of love.
Yeah.
Because they care for you and they're just, I don't know, I guess want to see you successful and happy and thriving, and they know how hard it is. But other times it's a bit condescending and shady.
And it makes me not want to share my auditions and my like callbacks or things that are going on with those people, because it's like they don't really get it. Even if they want the best for me and feel supportive, it's like I want to share these things with the people that get it until I book something and I get to call these people and be like, hey, guess what? I'm making my Broadway debut. And then they can be excited about that. But for the grind and the journey, I think people that don't get it, like, no shade. I probably have like people listening to this being like, are you talking about me?
No,
but
and
like,
it's just also like, you will never get it. I was thinking about this on the subway ride over here. Unless you're an actor, you will never fully get it. Sure, everyone knows how hard this industry is. Oh, that's a hard industry. But unless you're in this day in, day out, sending in tapes into a void, not hearing anything,
it's
the
really
comparison,
hard.
it's so like, hard.
You know it's hard. You have no idea why it's hard.
Yeah, exactly.
And I don't even think I knew that until graduating college. Like, I knew it was going to be hard, but I didn't know in the ways it was going to be.
Yeah.
The ways that it's hard or different than what I thought.
The mental toll.
Yeah.
Like some days, like I would just be like, bro, am I even good?
Yeah.
Like I'll just look in the mirror and have an existential moment of like, you're a clown, bro. Like you thought you're gonna be an actor and like you're not even good. Like the voices will just spiral.
Like what you were saying in the beginning is you have to shut those down.
Yes.
But they're
You do.
very natural and hard. It's hard. I think even just like the logistics of being an artist, like grinding, like how do I have the time and energy for my art when I have to like work these jobs to make me money so that I can pay my rent to live in New York and be here so I can go to the auditions, but then I can't go to the audition because I have to go to work, and like the logistics of it.
Literally.
Yes.
I think that's something I didn't necessarily realize, and I'm very grateful for the flow I have of my life and like how I've figured out how to do that, but it's not always easy, and it was definitely not easy to figure out.
There's a learning curve for sure.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Yeah, for sure. But I mean, like that, we love it, I guess.
But we love it enough to be, you know what? We are all actively choosing this life. And like
We are.
That's so true.
me and Pete say this a lot too, because we're like, you know, we could make more money. Like when we get stressed about money, it's like, you know, we could go and get another job that pays more, but it would be a job probably that doesn't have flexibility. It's like certain jobs you could take and get a lot of money. I keep getting emails and I keep like not actually getting tempted, but I'm like, damn, this would be nice for full-time nannying jobs that are like, that pay like 6 figures, which like would get me out of credit card debt. It would be really good for me, but it's like
all day.
7:30 a.m. to like 7 p.m.
That's
Monday
your
through
entire
Friday.
life.
I would, and even if I'm like, okay, well, I can film a self-tape when I get home. No, I'm going to be dead.
Yeah.
And then my weekends, like, I can't do that.
Yeah.
Even like 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Like, you need time in the day sometimes, even if it's just a couple mornings a week, like, to work on things when you have the energy. Like, I don't want to do a self-tape when I'm tired.
And then just time to rest and be a human, and then connect with your friends and have like a life outside of your art that can then fuel your art. It's like there's so many things to balance.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of wild what we do.
It is a choice. I like how you said that.
It is a choice.
Like, and I think some people have, like, I know I mentioned this on the pod before, but I think Jessica Vosk like worked a finance job before she booked Wicked or something crazy. But that's like very uncommon. And I would never work a finance job because I don't know how to do that. But just like...
Some of our friends went corporate, right? Remember? I don't know if they still are, but we had a handful from our class go corporate. Like,
we did, which
full
is
on.
So understandable because there's a lot of...
They're still actors and acting, but, you know, they chose that route for the side job, for the survival job.
And I was just talking to someone today when I was at work, like a customer, because I work a retail job, asking me like how long I've lived here, why am I in New York. So I got on the topic of like I'm auditioning for Broadway and stuff, and she was like do you feel like you've been able to like are you getting what you wanted out of like being here? And I was like, yeah, I am. Like, you know, I haven't booked anything yet really, but like I've been in all the rooms I want to be in, and like I'm working towards that. And I was like, I also hate the like starving artist narrative.
Yes.
And I think I've really built a life for myself that like I'm here at this job that I'm also passionate about in like a different way, in a different world, and like I'm also able to do this, that, and like support myself and not be miserable in my day to day just because I'm like working towards something I don't have yet. Like I think it's important to like also, if you do have to have jobs that aren't your career yet, like I mean, you know, everyone's different, but for me I found like I have to kind of not be miserable.
I mean, same. Were you ever were you miserable at like Buck Mason?
Yes.
Do we need to cut the name out or any?
No, it's fine.
So you worked a retail job before Netflix.
You were making minimum wage.
Yes. I'm like saying yes to everything.
Wait, honestly, Jaylan, you should talk about your journey making it to Netflix. I feel like that could be inspirational because you were someone, I know, not to like shit on you, but you've had financial struggles. Like, we've just talked about it a lot. Like, you know, and had to work really, really hard. This isn't something that just like fell into
in
your
my
lap.
lap,
You're
no.
not a Nepo baby.
No.
Like, you know, like you really
Yeah.
worked hard. So like, what was your life in New York City like before booking this job?
Yeah, so I moved here in May of 2021 because we were all class of 2020 and the pandemic happened and it was crazy and we went home for spring break and then never came back and our senior year was robbed.
That was so sad.
I know.
Crazy.
That was so depressing.
Oh my gosh, tell me about it. So I went home, as did I'm sure you too and everyone in the entire world.
Literally.
And then I stayed with my mom at home for a year until spring of 2021, the following year, and the vaccine rollout was happening and it felt like a bit safer. Broadway was still shut down, but you know, people from our class were starting to move there. It just felt like things were picking up a bit. It had been a year. And I was like, I can't stay at home anymore. Oh my God, like I'm gonna go crazy.
Yeah.
When you move out of home and then have to go back to living like under the room and like answering to people, it's like I don't do this anymore. Like I'm grown. So I think I was just going crazy at home anyway and had to get out. So I moved to New York in May of 2021 and a friend of mine was actually the manager at Buck Mason, who I met at UNCSA, and he was like, I think someone told me to like text him because he was the manager there or something, or like he reached out to me like, if you need a job, I know you just got here. But anyway, he put me on. I got the job partly because I feel like I'm good and like actually, you know, I like clothes and I'm organized. Like I was qualified for retail, but you know, that was a moment in which connections is, you know, like he really put me on for a survival job. And that's exactly what it was, a survival job.
That's what for those of you who don't know, who aren't artists listening to this, that is what pretty much all artists who are working a job just to support them so they can go and audition for other things. We call it a survival job.
And we have a whole episode on this. If you want to go back and listen
survival
to it.
Yes,
jobs.
I watched that one. I remember that.
Yeah, survival jobs.
It's funny.
So yeah, mine was Buck Mason, retail in Nolita, technically, just to the right of Soho. I've always loved clothes, and you know, I thought, you know, it's retail, you'll love it. It's clothes. You work with people, styling, kind of like fashion. It's not gonna feel like a side job. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That was one of the hardest things I've ever done in my life, ever. Average day for me was probably, I would open a lot, and I think we opened at 10 or 11, depending on the day. But I lived all the way in Harlem then, and our shop was in Nolita, so it was a 45-minute commute one way. And then you have to get there early for opening duties. I'm just having flashbacks so crazy. Yeah, so like let's say we're opening at 10. It's a 45-minute commute down, so that takes me to 9:15. But then I'd have to be there like before then to do like opening duties or something. I don't know. Okay, so anyway, let's say I left at like 8:30. Most of the time I would work until close. I don't know if that's considered a double, but my shifts typically weren't from like, you know, 8 or 11 to like 1. Some people would, or like an afternoon shift, you know, 2 to close at 7. I typically did all day. I needed that money. I was about that money. Rent, food, like drinks. You know, I was 23. We were going out so much.
Oh yeah.
Oh my
Spent so
gosh.
much more money on alcohol back then.
Yes.
Yeah.
And like the drinks here are so expensive, but we were going out Thursday to Sunday. Like I was always at the club. And so anyway, it was hard. I thought it would be easy, but it was like the mental toll of like, first of all, I was like literally broke. I just couldn't afford, I feel like, anything. I don't think I could afford to eat. Like I
remember there was a time. you told me that you like hadn't eaten because you couldn't afford it.
I know you said you hate the starving artist trope, but
like,
that was me.
That can be a reality, but my thing is when people think they have to do that.
That's the only option.
Yeah, like I have to be miserable in order to achieve my dreams one day. But like that wasn't
like the obsession with that workaholic.
And you weren't intending for that. It's just kind of what was happening.
But
also,
I would have
minimum wage in New York City, like
doesn't go far.
It's hard. Yeah.
I don't know what it is now, but back then I think it was like
it was 15.
17. Oh yeah, it went up to 17 more recently, right?
Yeah, it was 15 then that time.
Yeah,
I remember.
But yeah, I'd have like nothing for breakfast because I literally don't have breakfast food. So I just wake up, throw on the clothes, which we had to wear Buck Mason apparel, and then I'd commute down. I'd work, open around 10 whatever, open the shop at 11. People are coming in. Hi, welcome back, Mason. Looking for anything in particular today? No, obviously I wasn't saying it like that. I was such a good sales rep. I always had a smile on my face, and like I'm not even just trying to toot my own horn. I was never that like evil asshole that doesn't want to help. Customer service I feel like is so important, and you're the face of the company, and I took that very seriously. But I also had worked in like fast food in high school and stuff, so I had experience doing it.
Wait, you did?
Yeah.
Where did you work in high school?
I worked at McDonald's. That was my first job ever at McDonald's.
Oh my God. Literally do not
sophomore.
remember that.
That was, oh my God, yeah. Well, I knew you. And I remember Kat put me on to
I remember
Green Valley Grill.
You worked at Green Valley Grill.
Yeah, that was crazy. I was a host there. Okay, but anyway, so I would go, and now like I'm already hungry within the first like hour.
That's so real.
And I'm like, lunch isn't until 3 more hours, bro. Like at 1 or something. And our lunch was 30 minutes. But mind you, I don't know why I cared anyway, because I couldn't afford anything for lunch. Like you're just gonna. You're not gonna eat anyway, baby.
So sad.
No, but I would go to like Prince Street Pizza and like have a slice of pizza, and that was all I could afford, and it was like $5.50 or whatever. And then I'd go home and like maybe have dinner. Now sometimes I would, sometimes I could, afford a DoorDash, or I got paid and I can do DoorDash for like 4 days. I wasn't really cooking like that. But some days it was just a sandwich and some chips, or some days it was like, you know what, we'll just splurge on a bagel in the morning because I'm not gonna have dinner tonight.
When having a bagel is a splurge.
So I really was the starving artist trope, and it honestly was so bad. They always say your breakthrough and like turning point comes at your lowest. And I don't even know if I've told y'all this. Like, I was about to quit.
I know. I remember that.
Would I have actually quit? No. Like, I would have sought it through. But my back was against the wall, and I was like, I can't do this anymore. I was so depressed. It was the most depressed I had ever been in my life.
Were you getting a lot of auditions? Like, were you getting close to things and then kind of being disappointed, and you're like, fuck?
Yes. I was getting callbacks. Like, it was crazy. It was crazy.
What was the story of how did you find this casting call, like, from your agents? Did you find it on your own?
I was scrolling on Twitter, which is now X, and I saw this breakdown. And so mind you, so that I moved to New York May 2021. I did Buck Mason all the way up until, here we are now, March 2022, just for context. So it's March 2022, and I'm scrolling on X, or Twitter back then. I'm like, whoa, this breakdown, Skylar, okay.
How crazy.
And I had done this with a few, actually. If I ever see anything that I feel like I'm right for, I'm going to send it to my manager. And, I know y'all are working for me too, but I got to work for me as well.
Yeah.
And, I don't know if y'all saw this.
I feel like that's the best kind of client. Or maybe client isn't the right word. Like someone for a manager to have.
Client is right.
Yeah.
Just someone who's hungry. And I was like, stylish, fashion. I was like, bro, I think I'm right for this. And so I screenshotted it and I sent it to my manager. He was like, already pitched you. Or I don't know if he said, great, I'll pitch you. Or like, already pitched you. I can't remember if he had or not. But he did say, I'll tell you guys, but we'll have to bleep it. He was like, casting, we can share this. Casting, decided to pass. And we'll take this out. But they were like, you look too, like you're... Casting decided to pass, And I was like, you know what? Okay, that's okay. You know, like, chin up. Like, just wasn't meant to be. Like, it's fine. And then 2 weeks go by. And my manager, shout out Dustin. Hi, Dustin. Dustin's amazing. I love Dustin. I've been with him since my senior year of college. So this year makes 6 years. Crazy. Love you, Dustin. He was like, casting actually would like to see you now. This is like 2 weeks later. And I'm just like, whoa, huh? Like, I thought, no, but now, yeah, okay. I mean, I don't know. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's so much that goes on behind the scenes. And so I put it on tape. And this is where it gets really crazy. So I never refilm tapes. I don't even think I had ever refilmed anything at that point, and I haven't since then. I think this was like a one-off. I filmed it, and then my brother was having his 21st birthday downtown in New York because he was going to college a little bit upstate. And so he was having his 21st birthday. He had all his like track friends and like friends at the dinner. And you know, they're anywhere from 18 to 21. And I go to the dinner, and mind you, I'm only 20. I had just turned 24 at this point. So I'm only a few years older, but 24 ain't 19.
Big
It ain't
difference.
20. Yeah. And I'm just looking around at the table like, oh my gosh. Like, these are kids. They are so juvenile. They're like youthful, and they just so much energy and like kid like. And I was like, light bulb. I was like, this is what I need to capture in the scene. I was like, if you know, Skylar is this teenager in high school, even younger than this group, did you capture that essence, that naivete, that youthfulness, that eagerness, the bright-eyed, just like youth? And I was like, I don't think I got it. And I had never thought that at all. So I had to work at Buck Mason the next morning.
Did you call out?
No, because I needed that. I had to work. I need that money. Got to pay the bills. And so I was like, you know what? We got to shoot it before my day, before my 11 to 7 shift. Wow. So I woke up at like 6:30, started shooting at 7.
Who was your reader for that? Do you remember?
It was actually the guy that was subletting my roommate's room. So we didn't know each other like that. But I was like,
Were you
please,
like,
please, 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 please.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, at 7 a.m.
Yes, but he was like a
Hey.
Pilates instructor. So he got up early.
he's
So early.
used to that.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Morning person, and he was so sweet. He was down. So I was shooting at 7. Like high energy, like 7 a.m.
It's like when high school starts.
Exactly.
Yeah,
There you go.
yeah.
It was
My
in
high school started
character.
at 7-Eleven.
That is
Really?
so random.
I know. I don't know why.
That's like magical.
Yeah.
So I refilmed it, and as soon as I was done, I was like, that's it. And I was like, I can't even believe I was going to send in the first ones. What if I had only sent in the first? Like, this is what it needs to be. So I sent it in, and then 2 days later, so that was on a Monday, I'm pretty sure. Monday morning, because his birthday had to be the weekend with it being him and all of his friends from upstate. That was on Sunday. I got up early Monday morning, did it, sent it in, and then went to work. I think on Wednesday, I'm folding clothes at Buck, and my phone vibrates. I pull it out, and it's like an email from my manager, like, producer session, callback. And I'm like, oh my gosh, whoa, like... Wasn't right at first. I had to refilm.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, okay, you know, I'm not going to get ahead of myself, but like, that's cool. And I think it was the next day, and they wanted me to do one more scene. So I did 2 scenes for the tape. They added a 3rd scene for the producer section, and it was the next day, and they wanted me to do all 3 scenes. So I close.
You stopped by my apartment to get lights.
I did that day.
It was either before you filmed the self-tape or had the producer session. I don't remember
It was
which.
probably the producers. Well,
It was
no,
these
probably
lights.
the self-tape.
Oh my God.
Wow, that's crazy.
Wait, these were the lights?
I think so. Yeah.
I don't remember that.
That's
Really?
wild.
I
No,
do.
but-
Because you used to use these exact same lights.
Yeah, I
and
do. I
you
have some.
recommended them to me, but then for some reason you didn't have them. Like at the
Oh,
time.
because they probably broke.
Maybe. But
Because
you.
mine did break at one point.
But I remember you were like, Noelle, can I please come by and get your lights? Like I have this really important thing, and I was like, okay. And I was like, I hope you get it.
You're so sweet for that.
Well, of course.
Well, yeah, I can't remember if I was working the next day. I don't think I was, because producer session was like maybe early afternoon, I want to say. I think it might have been a day off, like coincidentally, and it just worked out. So then I did that. It was fine. It was good. We just had like a work session. Wasn't anything crazy. I couldn't really read into it. Did you nail it? Did they like you? It was just like we just did the scenes.
Yeah.
I don't know how I felt. And then that next day, I think I can't remember the order of everything. It's kind of fuzzy. But it was either a day or two later, on that Friday or Saturday, that I got the call. Like, my manager and agents had called me, like, on a merged call. And I just remember the first thing they said was, I think we should start calling you Skylar. Yeah. And I literally, my heart dropped. I was walking on the street. I dropped down to my knees and I was just like, no. And they were like, yeah, you're gonna be on Netflix.
Oh my
like,
God.
yeah. And just like they started like talking about the contract and all the specs.
Did you even like get anything they were saying?
That was like a quick process.
Yes, it all happened
In a
within
week?
less than a week.
Your life changed so
I know.
fast.
That doesn't happen for everyone, though.
No,
Like,
usually I feel like it's long.
yes, I would agree.
Wow.
And even having talked to my co-stars, they were auditioning back like in early February.
Damn.
And I was auditioning in late March.
So they just hadn't found the right person.
No.
And then when they saw you, they were just like, yeah, that's
Yes,
it.
Maybe.
That had to be.
They were like,
It's crazy.
you need to be in Canada by Sunday. Do you want to get
Wow.
incorporated? This is your salary. Shooting for 5 months. You got to pack up. It was so
That is
like, I
whirlwind.
Did you
can't
just, like,
believe.
Were you so happy when you quit Buck Mason?
Yes.
Were you like, sorry guys, I have to go be on Netflix?
I mean, it was bittersweet because I loved the people. That's one thing about Buck Mason. Like, we had the best team. All of the other sales reps, we would like hang out outside of work. We knew it was so like family, and that was going to be really hard. I hated the job and the demands of it, but boy, did I love my team.
That's special.
And so, I even look back at it now and it's like nostalgic in a sweet, wholesome way, because I was so young and sure, I might have been hungry and struggling, but that was a part of my journey and I am grateful for it. I learned a lot. I grew a lot. It made me stronger. But I was in Canada like literally 5 days after the phone call. And that was crazy because it was like, you have your fitting. This is our meeting everyone. And it was just so like...
Did it feel like a dream?
Yes, I was just about to say it felt like a fever dream because less than 2 weeks ago, I was in my apartment like depressed.
You didn't have time to process it.
No. It was so quick. And then, because I was like cast, not late, it was still on time, but later in the process, I was shooting like maybe 5 or 6 days after I got there. So within a month, I had like gone through the audition, got cast, flew out, work visa or worker's permit, and was like on set and already in the swing of things, like all within like 2.5 weeks.
That's so crazy.
That's like really
It was crazy, y'all. It was
I
crazy.
can't imagine, like, that's insane.
And life is weird. Like, you never know what can happen within a week.
Like, it just takes one yes to really upend your life. And that's why when, the industry's hard and like we've talked about on tonight's podcast, you never know, like Marissa just said.
Yeah.
It's just that one, and it's like, the other 98 no's before, or 99 of them before, literally don't even matter.
And I think that can be sometimes the hardest thing, is like just getting that one yes to get your foot in the door, That's what we've been working toward.
We've been talking about it a lot.
I'm a strong believer in, like, I mean, if you have your eye set on what you want and you keep persevering, like, it's going,
It's bound to.
why wouldn't it?
It has to.
Like, maybe it won't look like what you thought,
Right.
but like something will come along.
It will.
I think so too.
I was looking up, who was I looking up? An actress the other day that I look up. Oh, Jenna Fisher, who plays Pam on The Office. I'm like, I've been reading her book. She booked The Office when she was 31 years old.
Wow.
And that made me feel, I mean, because I feel like when you're young and in your 20s, you're like, oh, like that's so
I'm getting old,
like,
yeah.
but it's not. Like,
It's really
it's
not
still
at
so
all.
young. And I think about that too, because I think, like, for a long time, like, for example, after we graduated college, I look back and I remember being so upset that no agents wanted me. And I look back and I'm like, I know why. It's because, like, I didn't know who I was. Like, I was sang songs that didn't fit me. I remember I had one agent meeting and they ended up not wanting me, and it's because, like, I had no idea what the fuck I was even talking about. They'd ask me questions about, like, roles I wanted, and I just was like, like, I had answers, but I just wasn't, you know? And I think some people, like, blossom later. And I'm just
Absolutely.
like, yeah, sometimes I feel like, I mean, we go through periods of it. Like, there will be a day when I'm like, what am I doing? Like, am I ever going to be successful?
Yeah.
But then I have days, like, today I'm feeling good about my career. I'm like, I'm still young, like, in the grand scheme of life. Like, anything can happen any day. Like, something big is gonna happen. My life will have a change. Don't know when, don't know what exactly, but, like, it's coming. Just because it
Yes.
hasn't happened yet
Yes.
doesn't mean it's not going to.
And
everyone's-
staying in that headspace is so important.
Yeah.
Because
That's the thing that keeps you going.
Yeah.
Like, at the core of it, because there's all of this other noise, and I think if you just
Yeah.
can remember, like, that story is so inspiring because, like,
It is.
Thank you.
First
I
of
love
all,
hearing those
your
stories.
life beforehand, how hard you were working, how close you were getting, but also then just how fast it happened. Like, that is wild, and your life changed, and it's never been the
Yes.
same since.
It hasn't. And I just also want to take a second and say I am so immensely grateful for the show and our cast and our crew. And I feel just blessed for the job stability, which is rare as an actor. And,
Yeah.
you know, we've been talking about the side jobs and survival jobs and to do the main thing hopefully one day. So I don't take it for granted, and I count my blessings all the time. And yeah, I just want to make that known. Like, this wasn't like a handout or something that I was expecting or thought was owed to me. Now, you know, I am hopefully a manifester and, like, believed that it would come true one day, but I humbly, like, thank God for the past 4 years and just the opportunity to share my voice and my story, honestly, through the lens of Skylar.
Yeah.
I'm really, yeah.
Oh, I like want to
We love you. I know. It's
you're
really
so
special.
deserving of it, and, like, you're just
Thank you.
an amazing human, and I'm glad to know you. And yeah,
You're also the same Jaylan. You're the same Jaylan I knew in high
Oh my
school.
God. Well, I didn't know you in high school, but
in
True.
college.
Like,
I'm the same.
you don't have some, like, ego now.
Yeah.
Not that, like, I ever thought you
Well,
would, but
Some people,
some people probably
some
do
people-
get that way.
some people change, girl.
you
Nah, but I'll
have
never
seriously
change.
not changed at all.
Thank you. That means a lot. Just hearing that.
Yeah.
That's important to me.
I know it is too. Like, it always has been.
It's just not within me to switch up and act all brand new. Like, girl, what? You're
Yeah.
not, like, you know what I mean? It's one job, girl. What? Sit down, girl. I love making y'all laugh.
I know you always make me laugh a lot. You're, like, crazy. Wait, how long have we been talking? I feel like
How
this
long has it been?
This
It's almost 2 hours, so
this
Whoa,
episode is
it's
longer
11:11,
than
make a
normal.
wish. Okay.
that was beautiful. Okay.
Okay.
So we do wrap up our episodes by having a take home from the
Yes,
entire episode.
that's
So I
right.
feel like we can segue into that because it's been a while.
Yeah.
But, you know, we kind of did wrap things up just now. But, like, if we can summarize our conversation, I know it was kind of all over the place. What are we taking home today? Or Jaylan, what do you want people to take home from this conversation with you? Or not to put you on the spot.
No. I like this. Just trying to think of what I want to say. I think we are in a time where authenticity is at the forefront. And I think for whoever needs to hear it, it's cliche and people say it all the time, but you really should be yourself. And trust me, I'm taking my own advice here. It's so hard. It's the easiest thing to do because be yourself and it's being you. But it's so hard.
Especially with social media and, like, all the noise.
Comparison and what you should be doing, and you're getting older, and this is outside of career too. I'm just saying personally and in general, non-artist, I feel like this applies to humans.
Yeah.
Be yourself because somebody needs you. And whether that's your voice, your story, your perspective, I feel like authenticity, we are in a time where we just need authenticity. I think people are craving it. I think we've been deprived of it. I think by being authentic and being yourself, that is how you align not only with your higher self, but like your soul tribe and the people who are meant to find you and connect with you in this walk of life. You can only get that through being yourself. And I think when you fully believe in yourself and be yourself, it's like a magic power, superpower. Like, I really don't know how to describe it, but it reminds me of when we were talking at the beginning of this conversation about just how I've always been confident and maybe headstrong, knew myself, secure, authentic. I feel like that has allowed me to almost like become in alignment with my higher self. I mean, it depends on what you believe, but if you believe that everything's happening all at once, everything everywhere all at once, it's all connected, it's all, time is an illusion. If you're that wooey, then there had to be a me on the Netflix show doing it like at the same time that I was in college and high school and whatever. And I feel like I was able to align with that person and that version of me by being me, being authentic. I know that sounds crazy, but it's definitely not easy. But I just want to leave that with people. I think be yourself. I'll always say that, and I'll always be an advocate of that.
Yeah.
And it sounds cliche, and I'm sure it will go over many people's heads, but for some of you, maybe it won't. I challenge you to be yourself this year in every way, shape, and form and facet through life, even if it's scary, even if it's hard, even if you think people will be weird or you're being cringy. You saw how silly I was this whole podcast.
Yeah.
I think you have to be yourself. It's the only way you will.
Being cringe gets you far sometimes.
Yeah.
It's only cringe until you're successful on it.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like,
exactly.
Right. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
But that's what I'll say. Yeah.
Oh, I love that, Jay. And things can just change overnight too. Like,
It can.
Keep working at it. This is a take home for not only our listeners, but even I feel like I'm speaking to myself.
being hopeful.
Yes, good things happen, even if it's taking longer than you want. I mean, you felt the exact same way.
Yes.
You were like, is this ever going to work out? And then all of a sudden, it really did.
Yes.
So-
and I just also want to say, be cautious, because I said it earlier, but I want to reiterate it, because this is one of my mottos, like mantras, and something that I've struggled with my whole life. Authenticity threatens insecurity. And I will say that again with my chest. Authenticity threatens insecurity. When you are authentic, it is threatening to someone who isn't authentic, who is insecure, because they can't. It's almost like envy. They can't be as secure as you. They can't be themselves and not care what people think and not care that it's cringy, or you know what I mean? That's threatening, because
Yeah.
you're so happy with you and doing you and being yourself. So that's why I say it's difficult to be authentic, but the reward and the payoff is so worth it. So don't let anyone try to project their own insecurities onto you, because they're threatened by your authenticity. Just continue doing you, and you will find the people that are meant to be in your life and love you for you. Because also think about it, if you aren't being yourself and you're putting on this front and being performative and not being you, the people who need you will never be able to find you, because you're not you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They'll never be able to find you because you're not there.
Yeah, you're trying to be someone else.
Yeah.
And the people who are around you when you're not being authentic don't really... Are they really for you?
Exactly.
Do they even know you because you're not being you?
It's
I
all
love that. I
alignment.
love what you said of be you because someone needs you. Like, that's such a simple, beautiful phrase, like, whether you're an artist or not. I think about that with my writing, like, I'm like someone out there, like, even it feels small, like, you know, me writing a song, like, some days I'm super confident, other days I'm like, ugh, no one's gonna hear this, but like someone out there will, and someone out there needs it and is like waiting for it,
and it can only be given through you. Yeah,
and that goes for anyone, any person creating anything or sharing anything, or just being who you are. You don't have to be making art. It can just be like being who you are.
We are such artists.
So I know,
but I love it.
The conversation always goes in that direction.
Like, everything is that deep, bro. Like, I don't know, when people are like, it's not that deep.
Yes, it is.
I don't know. I mean, I'm chill, you know what I mean? Everything's not that deep, but I'm just I love to go there because everything is kind of purposeful.
It is. I agree.
This was an amazing conversation.
This really was. This just filled my soul and made me really happy.
Same. I had like a poopy day.
I did too.
So this was
the weather. Same.
It was the weather. I was just like, today was just blah. Yeah. But this was a perfect way to end my day.
It really was.
And
we love you, Jay.
Thank you so much for coming on Take It Home.
Thanks for being on our pod. We love Jay.
Thank you for having me. I love you too.
Love you.
I'm so happy to be back.
I know.
You guys have been here for like what? 4 years?
It'll be 4 years in August.
Wow.
4.5
in this apartment.
Yeah.
That's nuts. So.
Yeah. Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I know. Time is flying. But Jaylan, where can people find you?
Oh yeah.
Our pod listeners.
Yeah. You can find me on Instagram and TikTok at Jaylan Evans. And that's JAYLAN. Okay, no EN, okay, none of that. JYLANEVANS, Jaylan Evans. That's on Instagram and TikTok. I think that's it for my socials.
Awesome. Yay. And you can follow Take It Home at Take It Home Pod on Instagram, TikTok. If you're not watching this, you can watch it on YouTube. We come out with a new episode every Thursday.
Yes.
We do.
All right. This is how we
love you.
We sign off with our little heart.
Wait, we can do it like.
Oh, that's cute.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
3, 2, 1.
Goodbye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Oh.